Hi traders, welcome to this Forex Indicator video tutorial. Okay, the whole purpose of actually recording this video tutorial is to show you the right way to draw a trend line. Okay, this is one question that I often receive from readers of my blog, and therefore I would like to take this opportunity to actually record this video to show you the right way to actually draw a trend line. Okay, so first of all, right, you must understand there's two kinds of trend line. Okay, one is the support trend line, while the other is the resistance trend line. Okay, so let's take a look at these two trend line now. Okay, so what you're seeing here is basically the support trend line. Okay, basically support trend line acts as a support. Okay, it's always formed below the candle. You see that? You actually serve as support. The price bounce off it before it break through. So this is what we call a support trend line, and later on I'll show you exactly how to draw a trend line the correct way. Okay, so the next one is a resistance trend line, and the resistance trend line is often formed above. Okay, at the candle, can you see that? Or it's always above. It serves as resistance before the price break upwards. Okay, so these are two types of trend line that I'll be teaching you today in this video tutorial. So let's take a look at it now. Okay, so what you're seeing here is basically one of the chart. Okay, so let's assume that now what we're seeing here is the most recent swing low. Can you see that? This point here is the most recent swing low. So what we're doing is we have to identify several swing low to basically connect this support trend line. So this is a trend line. This is the swing low people will say, this swing low, but you need to take note that we're not taking any swing low that we see. So if this is the most recent one, in order to connect it, you need to find the next lower swing low. You can see this is higher than this, is not valid, not valid, not valid. Then we find the next one that's below. You can see here, this is very obvious. This point here is the below of a, which is lower than this. This is also a swing low. Then as we go, we look for any lower point. Okay, you can see here there's a lower point. Okay, this is even lower than this. Okay, some people argue that this point is also one of it. Yes, you're right. This point is also one of the swing low because it's lower than this. So what we do, right, when drawing trend line is we have to connect as many points as possible. So as you can see here, this point here, let's assume this point, this point, this point, we connect them. Try to see if it actually connects. Can you see that it connects? So what we have is 3-point trend line. You can see 1 point, 2 point, 3 point, and this is pretty good trend line in fact. Okay, you can see that the price actually tested this level several times. You see, test it, test it, test it, test it several times all the way. You can see test it again here, and it bounced up. Okay, so this is itself a very strong trend line. Okay, so once it actually breaks through, you can see that it actually moved down tremendously. It actually comes back to test this trend line again. If you extend this level, right, you find that the price actually come back, test it before it actually crumble downwards. Okay, this is exactly how we draw a trend line. So we are not identifying any swing low. What we have is we have a swing low. We must make sure that we have another lower swing low, to actually draw this support trend line. Okay, so now what we have here is, you can see this point here, you say that this is lower than this, right? This is lower than this. Okay, but if you draw, you find that you only have 2 points. So which trend line will you use? We will use the one with 3 points. Okay, you get the point? So the more connection you have, the better is the trend line. Okay, so this is how I actually draw my trend line, support trend line. I hope that you understand how I do it. So let me show you how to draw a resistance trend line. Okay, so we have a chart here. You can see, let's say this, you can see this is a swing high. Okay, so what we do is we have to look for another swing high. You can see this is another swing high that we have. Okay, then another swing high here, and we have another swing high here. So let's try to connect them. This swing high connect to this swing high, and we extend, see if it connects again. You can see again we have a 3-point trend line, resistance trend line, 1 point, 2 point, 3 point. So you can see it actually did not touch this, but it's fine because this is a 3-point trend line, and you can see the price test it several times, test it several times, test it, test it, test it, test it. In fact, test it for a lot of time. That shows how powerful this resistance trend line is. Can you test it so many times before it manages to break through? Come back and test it, and it actually move all the way up. So you see it move up, down, it move up, move down, and move up again. Okay, So I hope that you guys understand exactly how to draw a trend line now. So not just using any swing high and swing low, you have to actually identify lower swing low and higher swing high to connect them, and must make sure that your trend line has the maximum number of connections. Okay, you use only those that have the best number of connections as the trend line to trade. Okay, so I hope that you guys now understand exactly how to draw the trend line. Okay, so for those of you who are watching this video but have not been to my blog, okay, you can actually go and visit my blog here. You can actually visit my blog here at forexindicator.org. Okay, this is a blog that I've actually maintained for several years. Okay, in this blog actually I share with you the indicator that I use, the strategy that I used, as well as Forex FAQ, where the readers of this blog ask me questions and actually answer them here, so that every one of you can benefit from the answer. Okay, and most importantly, there's a newsletter here that you can sign up for it. Okay, to actually download this copy of the book that took me 3 months to write. Okay, so you guys, I wish you all the best in trading, and I'll talk to you in the next video tutorial again.